Welcome to Geekomancy. Love leather armour but don't do leather work or sewing? No worries, let's get started. For our project today you will need some material. It can be scrap, doesn't matter, it just has to be big. Nice and thick will help everything hold together. We have some leather, lots of leather scraps. Nice and thin, easy to cut, that's why we have the scissors. Also we have a tape measure, a pen, some glue, this one is contact adhesive, works well with leather, and some Velcro. Easy done. We measure our wrist, our forearm, and the length that we want this to be. Most instructions say measure your wrist, your forearm length, and the forearm, and then draw this shape. But what you actually need to do is take that out as a curve, bring this in as a bit of a curve, and that as a curve. You also want to add an extra panel to bring it around. The reason for this is that we're not using laces to pull together the sides. We actually want a nice snug fit all the way around. So before you cut it out fully, you want to put it around your arm and make sure that it fits. By taping it to your arm, we can see where we want everything to line up, and I've just marked that with a pen. Just kind of helps to make sure that it's a good fit. Alrighty, so I've got a design now which works for me. You see I've cut a little bit of the corner off here, and I've had to cut a little bit of a slit in here so it can fold on itself. Now we're going to do a little bit of gluing. So I've cut 3 of these little Velcro bits, and I'm going to be putting some on this side and some on that side. So when it loops around, it will stick to itself. So to be able to do it all at once, I'm going to put a piece of paper down here, and then I can fold this over, glue this and this at the same time. Wearing some gloves for safety. Whenever you work with anything sticky, best to wear some gloves. I've tested this out around my arm, feels great. So now I'm going to add some more in to here to make it hold down better. But before I do that, because I want 2 of these, one for each arm, I'm now going to trace this pattern onto another piece and then start my second one so I have the same for both arms. So by tracing it on with the colours together, I now have 2 opposite ones, one for each arm. Notice how the corners down here that I needed to cut out are on opposite sides. Cool. Trace and cut out your panels and cut a lot of them. Time to start gluing. With the wrist section down the bottom, we start with there, and we're going to overlap our pattern as it works up the arm. So what we want to do is we want to start by putting some glue along the material where we're going to stick it, and because we're using adhesive glue, we need to put glue on both of the things, let it dry just a little bit, and then put them together. So we're going to put some glue on the leather as well. Depends on what type of glue you use, which will depend on whether you do this way or whatever the instructions are on your glue. So you can see here we just keep working our way up the leather all the way to the top, keeping our overlapping pattern as we have designed before. Your pattern can be anything you want, your shapes can be anything you want, it can really be anything you want. And here we have it. It's all glued down, and we're going to leave that overnight to dry, and then we'll show you what it looks like on. All done. You can see here I have cut along here nice and neat, and I've also added in little bits of, like there's a square there, there's another little line down here, just to make it all neat when I close it around. We've got the Velcro here, and we have the Velcro here. This is it all done up. Looks pretty good, fits quite well, nice and snug, nice and easy. You can see a little bit underneath here when it's done up, but when you're walking around, not so much. And if you don't like this part along here or how it comes together, you could always cut a nice neat line down there and there, maybe Velcro some straps underneath and bring it round with the straps. So you could have a neater look. Now that the leather's on there too, you could also punch holes in the leather and do a lace. So it can really be anything that you want it to be, but for what I wanted to achieve today, this is great and works really well. Good luck!